I'm Mark Warner. I'm here with my good friend Tim Kaine, and to reintroduce for this Congress what we believe is another smart step in moving Virginia and the nation's energy policies forward. Both Senator Kaine and I believe in an all-of-the-above approach to the question of how we make America energy independent and have a more diversified mix of energy sources in America. If we're going to do that, one key is to take advantage of all of our resources and opportunities. Part of that being, let's go ahead and look and explore what is off the coast of Virginia. And we will be introducing legislation that, reintroducing actually legislation that I had last time with Senator Webb, now joined by Senator Kaine, that will put back into the lease sales for the 2020 lease period the ability for folks who want to take advantage of what may be off the coast of Virginia, not only in terms of oil and gas, but also wind and other potential renewable sources off the coast. This would only instruct the federal government to start the process. You wouldn't even have the lease sales take place until 2020. There'd be plenty of input for the public. There'd be plenty of input for NOAA, for the Navy, for all the interested parties. And I guess the 2 points that I want to make before I turn it to Tim is, as we talked about this legislation, we wanted to ensure 2 things. One, if we were going to look off the coast of Virginia, that we wanted to make sure that Virginia got its fair share. So there's a question about the old maps in terms of what would be off the coast of Virginia, and that would be in effect into Virginia's share of the pie. And any of our support of legislation is contingent upon Virginia getting its fair share. And then if we were to discover that there are these resources off the coast of Virginia that a company wanted to take advantage of, we would say 50% of the royalty proceeds would go to the federal government, but 50% would go to the Commonwealth of Virginia. 12.5% of those royalties that go to the Commonwealth of Virginia would actually go for energy conservation, preservation of our oceans, renewable energy sources, so really around environmentally appropriate items. And then 37.5% would go towards the state coffers. Both of us as former governors know that Virginia needs additional resources at the state level to meet its needs from education to transportation to all the other important services that we provide. I think this is the kind of common sense approach that Virginians have expected from their elected representatives. I know our actions are being supported by the governor and many of the rest of our congressional delegation, and I'm proud that Tim is joining this effort as well. I know as a governor he was supportive of the all-of-the-above energy approach, and our hope is that this session we actually may see action on this legislation. Tim?
Thank you, Mark. It's great to be working on this with you. During the campaign for Senate, I was often asked about what was then the bill sponsored by Senators Webb and Warner. There had been earlier iterations sponsored by Senators John Warner and Jim Webb, but I always said I looked forward, if elected, to work together with my friend Mark Warner on this bill, and I'm happy that he's introduced it and proud to be a co-sponsor. As Mark indicated, Virginia has some wonderful energy assets, and every state has different energy assets. Virginia's got some wonderful ones in the ag and forestry area with biofuels and other products, but certainly coastal energy, whether it's wind, whether it's gas, whether it's oil, or whether it's tidal energy, we have a real opportunity. In order to take advantage of the opportunity, we have to stop the moratorium and move toward the appropriate negotiation to find plats of land that can be leased for energy production. And I praise Senator Warner for the way the bill has been put together, including the revenue sharing portion of it that would enable Virginia to gain benefit, as we should, if we participate in this. I also acknowledge that there is a not quite identical but similar bill on the House side that was introduced by Congressman Rigell. The bill isn't identical, but it is a very close one, and we look forward to working with Virginia's congressional delegation on this matter as well. And we think there's a high degree of support among the Virginia congressional delegation. So I'm glad to support it. I do feel like Virginia has an opportunity to be an energy leader. I was proud to work on some of these issues as governor, but they're getting more and more important every day. And if we do this right, the coastal energy gives us opportunities to hit that sort of rare sweet spot where we're helping American security by having more native sources. We're helping the economy, whether it's state treasury or, more importantly, the creation of jobs in a growing energy sector. And as we continue to find new energy resources, we're also doing a better and better job for the environment. The United States has seen, because of fuel switching to natural gas, because of CAFE standards and other important moves, that we've reduced greenhouse gas emissions in our country by about 9% since 2005. Very few nations have been able to do anything near that. And we do think developing more native sources is part of a balanced and comprehensive portfolio that will enable us to continue to meet environmental goals as well. So with that, proud to join Senator Warner in this bill, and I look forward to working together with him and other colleagues on it.